Good afternoon, everyone. This is Creedmoor with the Bullishbears. This evening, we're going to take a look at the investment survival checklist posted here on the Bullishbears website. Right here, just hop over to the forum, go to Day Trading Forum, and you can see that I have posted the checklist right here in a PDF, free to all users or free to all members. Let's hop over to the checklist. This is what you're going to see when you download it. I have already pre-filled this out, but you're going to get a nice blank checklist. Now, what this is it has been adapted off of GM Loeb's Investment Survival Checklist that you can find in the Stock Trader's Almanac. This checklist allows almost any trader in the market to keep track of their trades, whether you be long, short, a scalper, anything of that nature, or even a new individual that's just paper trading. It allows you to build a good fundamental concept and understanding of how a trade acts over a certain amount of time and what it will cost you to be into a trade. So we can see here in the first brick, objectives and risks, the actual ticker. You have to know that. AMD, that's the stock that we're going to focus on. The price that we would like to get in AMD would have been at $26.80 for a 200 share brick at some point in time right here. Whether it be the day of the trade occurred or at some point in the future that we would like to get into the trade. You have the amount that it would have costed you to get into 200 shares of AMD at $26 and the initial percent of investment capital that it will cost you. Now, a good trader likes to keep somewhere between 3 to 7% of their initial investment or of their initial capital into a ticker. Anything more than that is just kind of an unnecessary risk because you got to keep in mind, yes, you're only putting in 5%, but if this was to go completely against you and for some reason you were trading out with a stop, you could lose a lot more. If you had put in 80% of your investment capital into a ticker and it was to go down the full amount of your initial investment and lower, you could end up losing all of your money, losing 100%. So try and keep it between 3 and 7% to keep a good understanding and a good baseline of risk. Right here you have the ruling reason for the commitment to get into the trade. Now AMD had plenty of reasons to get into it and plenty of reasons not to get into it depending on if you're long or short. My main thing, since I am primarily a scalper, is upward momentum. I love trading momentum stocks and I love trading cup and handles. Those are my two major things I look for when I go to scalp or run an intraday trade. Now, the price objective that I personally would have went for is $27. Like I said before, I like to keep good, tight risk-reward, but still make a good profit. Now, $26.80 to $27 is a 20-cent profit, and keeping a good 2-to-1, 20-cent profit allows me 10-cent risk. Now, as you can see right here on this section, I will risk 0.10 points, which is 10 cents, because 1 point equals $1 US. In an understanding of the money itself, that would only be $20 that I am risking to make $40. Looking and doing our due diligence, we can see that AMD has an approximate 20-cent move on each of its candlesticks, but every 30 to 45 minutes it makes a drastic move either in one direction or the other, give or take a few instances, but is a pretty constant in the ticker's history. Let's move on down here to the technical positions. What is a technical position? Well, a technical position is what is an underlying reason for a ticker to go up or down, whether it be news, filings, hitting a new high, whether it is trading in a different uptrend, downtrend, and how it's acting with the market itself. For AMD, they actually had a product release, which was the second generation Threadripper, and that assisted in AMD having themselves rise in price. Right here we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average at that point in time, so you have a better understanding of where the market's at when you decide to make this trade, along with is the trend of the market in a positive, negative, or more of a flat area as you're trading. You want all this information so you can go back and look at the ticker after you finish the trade or as you're building your position more. This right here is to assist individuals that are holding the stock for a longer period of time, or if you're doing your pre-market or nightly watch list and want a better understanding of how the company you are making a theory to invest into has been doing over time. Right here we can see the price range high or low for the current year and the previous year. That gives you an understanding of how the price action has been over the last couple of years. And then earnings. It's a big buzzword in the stock trading industry, but it's a good thing to keep an eye on. So you have the earnings per share projected and actual for both the current and previous year, and similar right here. You want the price of the stock, the earnings ratio projected, and then what the actual earnings was the following quarter. That way you understand, did the ticker go up, did the ticker go down, and how the market is truly feeling about said stock. Is there a possibility of a merger? If no, then not really much to worry about in this box. If yes, you want to understand who they're merging with, how that company is doing in the market and in the industry, and about what date and what price they're looking to do the mergers at. See what the buyout's going to be. Another big thing here is the years for the earnings to double in the past. So a lot of tickers we trade have been around for a while, and their earnings will have doubled, tripled, or quadrupled. But you want to see how long that traditionally takes. Some tickers may have only took 6 months, others may have took 6 years, but it's a good idea to have this in there to understand how well the company has been doing over time. And then as well here, years for the market price to double. Same concept, but more of a actual money versus just the earnings is what you would get with this. And then comments on the future. Is there a merger coming in the future? Is there a new product release? Are they presenting at a conference? Anything of that nature is just something you want to have right here to look back on onto the ticker. And then right here we have for periodic rechecks. Now, this goes along with your comments of the future, as in you want to look at all of this information here, apply it to the information back up here, and then once you've got all that data together at the new time that you've decided to look at this ticker, you'll have an understanding of how the ticker has performed in this amount of time. Does it have a new stock price? What's the Dow at? Is it trading with the averages? Is it not? Any comments you may have, the stock is doing good, stock is doing bad, I should look to get out of this position, I should look to add to this position, things of that nature, you should put right in this area. And then actions taken, well, self-explanatory. Did you buy more? Did you sell some? Did you look into or get some more professional advice on trading said ticker and what their opinions were? Anything of that nature you can also put right here on actions taken. So that's a quick overview of the investment survivalist checklist. Again, this is Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears, wishing you many safe and happy trades. Have a good evening and see you in the market.